What is up, everybody? This is the coaching session episode 2. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to record last week's session because I was out of town and I had really bad tamales. And let's just say I had a really shitty day. And it was a 3-hour drive back to my place to be able to record the episode. Well, there's no way I can make it because I was going to poop my pants. And I simply don't want to be in the car for 3 hours with doo-doo in my pants, okay? So what we ended up doing was we still had our coaching session. We had a 2-hour conversation. So I'm going to quickly recap what happened since we don't have any recordings of that. So if you've not seen episode 1, you need to go watch episode 1. I asked him in that episode to give me 1 day of not overtrading. He ended up giving me 2 days, okay? Which was good. Then I told him we need to kind of do the same thing, but I need 3 days of not overtrading just this prior week. He ended up giving me 5 days of not overtrading. So Slim Trady, who my coaching student is giving me exactly what I required beyond, actually. So in this episode, we're going to kind of recap some of the stuff that he needed to do over the prior week and our prior sessions, so you will get some filler there. But there was no drastic coaching shifts. He mentioned some interesting things he was doing, which is shared in this video. So unfortunately, that episode from the prior week doesn't exist. So this is a little filler. You're going to get a bigger taste in this video. Now, this one is going to be really good because there is some revolutionary stuff in it. So, guys, I hope you fucking enjoy this series. Please like, subscribe, because this series is just, in my opinion, going to be one of the best series. And I'm loving Slim Trady's progress, and I hope you guys enjoy it too, and I hope it's inspiring. Okay, guys, here's the episode. All right, so this is 2 weeks. We've done coaching. So my question is, after 2 weeks, how are you feeling?
I feel really good. Honestly, I cut several extremely bad habits, and that's talking of trading wise, journaling wise. A lot of speed bumps at the beginning, but I actually like journaling now. One reason being because I'm not taking 100 trades a day, and two, just with the OBS, and it's just I'm getting a better process of journaling, and it's way easier and
And
makes
just real
makes it
quick,
funner.
so for the people that are watching that don't quite know,
Yeah.
you just this previous week, you had 12 trades Monday, 5 trades Tuesday, 3 trades Wednesday, 5 trades Thursday, 6 trades Friday. And we went from having about 50, 60 trades a day? What were we, like, what kind of trade count were we originally having?
Oh, it's 60, 50 minimum. I'd be in a trade for average 8 to 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and I'd just be sitting there the entire time I was at the desk firing. So, yeah, the timer helped with a lot of that, and then the fidget toy came in 2 days.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first 2 days without that, I pictured. I wish I had it. I could see how it helped before I even had it. And
So just real quick, guys, I recommend this. I recommended this to Slim Trady. So, I mean, we had a coaching session that I didn't record, but I recommended he get this exact fidget toy, because obviously we're having there's a fucking fly in the scene, but fuck it. So you can snap it. You got a joystick. You got a roller on one side. These click, buttons that click. These don't. And then you got a switch.
I like how it comes with a little string to attach to it to like hang it around your wrist, so it's just
Yeah, sometimes I'll spin that on my finger, but mine went through the wash machine and now it won't reconnect. But so I recommended this because, you weren't sitting in the couch originally like what we discussed, but you were still not taking too many trades, so that's okay. And I just mentioned this in the last coaching session because we need to keep that hand busy because clicking the mouse is. Would you say you used to smoke cigarettes? Would you say clicking the mouse? Do you think that was kind of that same sort of thing with cigarettes, where you just got to do it? And,
Oh, 100%,
yeah.
100%. It's a habitual thing, you know. The first, also what helped for the viewers, since this is, you know, technically the episode 2, what helped before even using the fidget toy and the timer, I spent 2 days on the weekend, because it was a holiday weekend, on chart replay on Sierra chart, and I had my whole chart book replaying with all full DOM data and everything as if it was a regular day. And I was like, I looked and felt like a crackhead the entire time. So these were my first 2 times trading since the first session. And even though it wasn't open market hours, it was replaying as if it was. And I felt like a crackhead the entire time. I was just reaching for the mouse, clicking trade. So I was taking a bunch of trades initially, spamming my hotkeys, and then I turned my hotkeys off and I closed my trade window. And I kept for 2 days on on the replay. I caught myself spamming hotkeys that didn't work.
And just to clarify, this you're explaining the first week after our first initial coaching session.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Going way back.
And
yep.
just real quick,
before.
just a moment. I don't know if I still have an Amazon affiliate link. I'm gonna put this toy in there for you guys if anybody's interested.
Good idea.
But yeah, so you came in hot and heavy initially, and remember, I told you I wanted one good day that week. You gave me 2. You gave me Thursday and Friday, which were good days. And those were days where you actually sat down and weren't doing replays. Those were days where you actually sat down and you came in clutch. What day did this fidget toy come in? Did that come in on a Monday, Tuesday?
It didn't come in until last week, actually. So Monday and Tuesday of last week, I was sitting there like, damn, I wish I had the fidget toy. And
then
so yeah,
so you had it Wednesday through Friday.
Yep.
And did that really help? Because I'm just curious.
It definitely. I know for a fact, because Monday it was the only day I used the chase tag, I believe, and my first 2 or 3 trades, I think just 2, were chasing, and it was earlier in the morning, and statistically proven that Mondays are my worst day by far, and I feel that every Monday, just being rusty, you know, and
So that toy, like it, but the thing is, you did good on Monday and Tuesday, and you took 12 trades on Monday, which was the most, but you did good in the sense you're not hitting numbers we were seeing. So even though you didn't have the fidget toy till Wednesday, you were still you're still doing good. So it's not entirely the fidget toy.
One thing I think that for the viewers that helped a lot was, during that, I remember how we were talking about that moment last week, and I think it was just from on the replay, I looked back at myself and I kept going to click a buy button that didn't exist, and I was sitting there for 2 days hitting hotkeys that didn't work, and I looked back and realized how stupid and wrong I looked, you know, and that's not how you're supposed to trade.
And let me recap this for everybody, because you only sat down the first week after our coaching session. You only really traded the market Thursday and Friday, and that's when we had the 4th of July weekend.
Yep.
And you were doing replays, and you're doing replays for, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday. And you were telling me you were like a crackhead. It just, you didn't do anything we talked about. Mm-hmm. But the thing is,
that's when I got it out of my system, I feel like.
And what's interesting is you just told me last week, again, that we didn't record it, but you told me last week that you had this awareness that it's almost like you just viewed yourself in third person, and you've never done that before. So
yeah,
you would say that throughout this entire week of not overtrading, and even though it's like, I think it's a down week. Is it a down week? Were you red P&L? I think so, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not much.
But my win rate went from 45% to 50% to back to think it's at 60% right now, and it was high 50s each day, if not low 60s, and then average for the week is 60s. So
and we're gonna clean that up. So we're gonna talk about that, but not yet. Because I want to stay on, you know, court. Let me pull up your notes. Let me pull up your, excuse me, your file, real quick.
Because I would have had a green week, but I'm basically last week and right now I'm just focusing on setup, and I took some of the focus away from risk reward, and I'm focusing on entry. So just one bad trade could
And
ruin
that's
a
okay.
couple of my days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll get that later.
Yeah, let's circle back to that
I
in a minute.
just want to make sure I get good data of setups.
Yes.
And that's why the journaling process was slower at first, just because you know, I'm creating my own plays for my playbook. So you know, a couple times I had to tweak the name a little bit just so I know when I come back to it, I will know exactly what the situation was. And like I said, after each trade, I stop and I write down, and I'm starting to write down more and more, because the longer you take to journal that trade, the more you'll forget about why. Because I would go through and check my OBS footage of a trade I took, and had poor notes that I took after written down about my setup, and I'd be watching the footage like, what was I thinking? What did I see at the time? So I'm really focusing on that, writing down what I seen at that moment, because everything's going so quick.
Let's talk about that for just a moment, because
that
was another thing you did that impressed me. So if you guys have not watched the first coaching session, you need to go watch it. There's just no way you can come in the middle of this. This is something you guys need to watch from the start to finish, okay? Now, here's the thing. One thing you did that impressed me, because we didn't even talk about it at the first coaching episode, and on that Thursday and Friday where you started doing good, as far as not overtrading go, because that's the biggest thing we're working on right now. And you're fucking crushing it. I'm fucking more than proud of you, because I wanted 1 day the first week and you gave me 2, and then this week you gave me 5 fucking days, and I couldn't be happier, because I wanted 3 fucking days. So I want you to, first and foremost, I want you to feel really good about what you've achieved. I don't give a fuck about the P&L. We don't care about the P&L, but I want you to be proud of what you've done. Like, I want you to feel good about what you've done. This is fucking fantastic, because once we get rid of this fucking habit completely, then we can start, messing with other things. Now, one thing you did that really impressed me was you started taking notes after every trade in the moment. And what I like about that is I didn't tell you to do it.
Handwritten. Not in my computer either.
Can you get a little closer to the mic?
I feel that stick.
Hey, your mic's a little...
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Your mic's a little...
I didn't want it to pick you up, so I was trying it out. But yeah, no, handwritten, because I feel that sticks a little more. I know we're in the digital age. We don't like using pens and paper anymore. But all I do is jot down time for when I go back to OBS. I can pull it up, the trade number. So trade number 1, I put the time, I put the setup, and then I'll put entry good or an exit, but all I care about is setup and time, what I write down, and it just has me stop after I get out, so I don't just hop right back in.
And this is something we talked about after that on our second session was, I like you doing this, even though I didn't tell you to do it, because you're reflecting on every shot after the shot, and that's what pro athletes do. They reflect on the shot after the shot. It's one thing to trade and not think about the fucking trade afterwards. But when you take the shot, you immediately reflect on the shot. And I might start to do this a little bit more myself, because I tend to do it end of day. But what I just really like that. And that's something I personally am looking up to. And it's like, well, fuck, maybe I should start doing more of that, because just that immediate reflection on the shot. When you immediately take notes on the shot, does that kind of wake you up a little bit to the point where you're like, okay, well, I was a little crusty on it here. Let's make the next shot a little better. Does it kind of like influence the next trade a little bit, because you took the time to think about what you just did?
It's definitely, if I put on, like, say I chased, for example,
Yeah.
it definitely influences my next trade, not in a negative way, but it's more of a wake up, like, okay, breathe, maybe I'll go step on my porch for a second for 5 minutes and come back, or, go make a drink or something, not an alcoholic drink, go have a drink or something, eat some food, make some food, but definitely helps me just pause for a second because the market's always on, so you think that you always have to be trading. And it took this brutal process for me to realize that most traders aren't sitting there all day actively trading.
Now, are you sitting there for the full sessions? Are you trading less? Or because you're taking a lot?
See, that was one question I had because one problem I had, not necessarily a problem, but I wouldn't know this past week when to call it a day. A few days I did because I thought I'm starting to just know because I'd feel content with the day.
So
And
you're
part of
leaving.
you,
You're not sitting there from open to close. You're actually getting the fuck
no.
out of there.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
I would say more than half the week I actually had my trades journaled by close, which it was hard the first few days because it was hard for me to want and be able to journal while the market's open because of that FOMO. But I wanted I
Yeah.
towards the end I've been wanting to catch it while it's fresh, even if it's for a second.
Now, I have a question because there's something I'd like to try, but that's only if you think you need it.
Okay.
Now, you talked about the journaling and you met because him and I sent a few messages and stuff, and I didn't coach him super hard throughout the week. I just ask him questions and he just giving me feedback, and I give small little inputs because I don't
Yeah.
I want to reserve the bulk of the coaching for the week because we don't need to be we need to focus on one thing each week at a time, and if we can do that, you got 52 weeks in the year. We can get real good if we just one thing at a time. We don't need to be changing all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But my question is, you mentioned how journaling and shit's been difficult and the tagging and you don't have the time to do all that. Do you think that's still an issue? Or do you think, because we've got to tag everything. Do you think that's a little bit of an issue? Do you think you might hit a point where you're going to not do it? Obviously, you have the momentum behind you, which is good. But my question is, do you think we might need to do something to keep you on track? Because I do have ideas.
Um, Last week I didn't have a hard time journaling each day, but I just can picture how some days I might not be able to go through the full process that I normally do. But once again, I'm still kind of new to it to where the process is longer for me. So maybe if it takes me an hour now, I once I get a rhythm going and the muscle memory better, I could probably knock out a full day's worth of journaling, cut that in half per se.
How much time do you spend per trade on your review? 10 minutes, 15? It seems like
Yeah, no more than that. Yeah.
per trade. Okay, so you're really being thorough with it.
Because my trades aren't that long. They're less than a minute to five max.
But you're being very thorough in each trade review. Because for me, I can bang out a trade review in 2-3
I am
minutes.
being I might be being a little too
No,
thorough,
it's
but
okay. No, no, no. Please
I'm
don't
trying to
stop.
learn order flow,
Oh, yes,
so I'm
yes,
trying to
yes,
there's even times where
yes,
most of the times watch one trade several times each time I pull it up just because I want to check different things,
yes.
because you only have one set of eyes and and I watched your both your strike zones video with the heads up display, and you're not you can't see it all, so if you watch it several times you see stuff you didn't see originally and in the moment.
And I noticed that you were combing throughout the last week or so. You seem to have been really digging through a lot more of my videos. My thing is, I don't want you to be. I don't want you to take anything drastic and make drastic changes in your trading just
See, I
because of
have
my
been watching
videos.
those with a grain of salt
Okay,
for that
okay.
reason, because I remember you saying, about how a lot are old, and I know that, that you've changed your ways since then. So I've been taking a lot of it with a grain of salt.
Well, the
But
strike zones, I think, is still. And for those of
yeah,
you
like
who've not
that, like
seen,
those examples.
yeah,
Yeah,
just real quick, for those of
highly
you who've not
recommend it.
seen Strike Zone, watch it. That's still valid today. I think that's valid
Hmm.
today because that's really talking about eye contact, where to look, how to.
I dialed in my workspace so much better after that.
Okay, there you go. So you made it more efficient. You didn't drastically.
I was just gonna say way more efficient,
Okay.
way
Okay.
more efficient, way more minimalistic
Okay, that's good. So
for tape and dom and anything. Just gently how you talked about where you look and then how it gets blurry, the circle, vision circle, or whatever
yes,
you.
the cone of vision.
It's a must watch. It's a must watch.
And especially because you're a shorter term trader, so for you speed is important, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so that
definitely.
anybody who's trying to be fast and speed is important to your trading, that video could shave off fractions of seconds, and fractions of seconds can really make a difference.
And that video made me realize how much it really, or the two videos made me realize how much it really matters and counts, you know.
What was the other video, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't know,
It
it's
was
okay.
it was Strike Zone 1 and then uh
If you
I
don't
got it
know off
right
the top
here.
of your head, it's okay.
I don't know off the top of my
I think
head.
you
Oh wait, it was
commented.
when my style of trading works, how I make adjustments, and then it's called Sweet Spot 2 is the picture.
That one's still valid. That was of this year, so that one's valid as well for shifting conditions. So here's the thing, though. We need to not like venture off too far here. So
Yeah.
you have momentum, you have the drive, the journal, but there might be points and times where you get weak and you just don't feel like doing it. Because I know that was a problem before, and that might
Exactly, because
Okay.
what you know how I messaged you, because I've been hitting the books extra, and when you sent me that message saying take a break, go fish, go do something, you know, do
Yeah.
something that's not trading related, because so many times, you know, say I would trade and then journal, and then I'd go outside and sit outside, but I'm reading a trading book or I'm listening to a podcast. So when you said that really hit hard, you know, saying like, okay, you need to chill. And I really believe in, you know, traders always talk about mental capital. And as part as journaling, it's just some days I might not have the mental capital to get there. But like I said, as a newer trader, and I think you said it too, you know, it takes you more mental capital to get through your trading day. And then as a new journaler too, it takes me more mental capital to get through journaling. But it's all gonna, you know, get better with practice.
Well, and part of the drive you have to understand.
Routine.
I think part of the drive for you to even be doing it is you don't want to disappoint me, and I think that's where coaching is important.
See, yes, for the listeners, you know, I don't want you to listen and think, you know, that you need a direct coach. I really hope that you just take this as the boost that I took took it as basically because Fat Cat asked me what exactly because basically I was taking 50 to 100 trades a day, and then after our first session, I immediately just went to an average of 5 a day, and he kept trying to pick my brain and figure out what happened, and all I could basically say, and that's what it really is that it I've always had this motivation in me, and I always thought, you know, I've shifted in the next gear, and I never really did. And as part as how Fat Cat said that I'm taking notes and he never told me to after each trade, I've always thought about doing it, but never had the discipline to do it. So basically, just this process and doing the video series gave me the motivation to take it to the next level. And let long story short to the listeners, I just really don't want you to get from this that you need a coach. I really hope that this is a coach experience for you as well, that you look at it that way and use it as a kickstart because basically it just I I needed it to take it more serious, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some people need it because when you pay for
hmm
that shit, now you have money on the line and you're more likely to do it.
And see,
I mean,
I've
I wish
tried
I
that
had.
method and it works. I've tried that method and it works because I know you've asked me, how does it go? Have you tried trading real money? Is it the same? And I
No,
said,
I'm not
yeah.
talking
And
about trading real money. On what I'm saying
no,
is when
I
you
know when you have
go
money
ahead.
on the when I you know have like monthly subscriptions and stuff, you care about it more at first, but I've noticed a lot of times it can fade. You know,
But
that
I think the
feeling can
difference
fade.
is you're actually having interaction. It's one thing when you subscribe to something where you're not talking to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and here's the
But
thing: some people just need that fucking accountability. And when they got somebody telling them, "Hey,
yes,
you're fucking up,"
yes.
they're more likely to keep their shit together. And that's the thing. There are people saying in the comments that your coaching session is helping them realize shit in their trade. And that's why we're fucking doing this. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I want coaching clients, but I want to make sure we can get you squared away, and we need to prove it to people that I know what the fuck I'm doing, and then we need to make sure we can get you there, and that's number one. But, you know, if people can get shit out of this and they can drastically change their...
Yeah, I hope
more
it's a
power
Kickstarter for them, you know? Because this was a Kickstarter for me. I hope that it inspires them, you know? Because even though I'm not, you know, green and yeah, it's only a week or two in, but I hit a milestone. I only took 5 trades per day for 7 trading days. I've never done that. And my win percentage is up a little bit and I'm tagging trades. So those are all little milestones. So like,
and that's the thing.
I'm proud of that, at least.
At some point, I'm going to be seeking coaching in my trading because I need it for myself as well. I know I might be on a different level, but I want to achieve.
Well, as we were talking last
level,
week, you can always get better. In my opinion, you can never master your craft. You can always tweak, like you were talking about Shark and everything. But
so I want to circle back. So what I want to do is, this is kind of a science experiment. This has worked for me. So here's the deal. The first 7 years of your life, 8 years of your life, you're operating in beta brain waves, and kids are sponges and they absorb everything in that first 7 years. So after that, we go into different brainwave functions. We might be in alpha or something else, not necessarily just alpha. There's the other ones as well. And the thing is, our first 7 years of life typically is our program. So everything that we do, that's these constant habits and this repetition and shit, is from our childhood. There's a lot in there that we still... we're still programmed because of that. So here's the thing. In order to reprogram our minds, because what I want to do is I want to program your mind to love journaling. I want you to obsess over it. I want you to love it. I want you just like, when you do it, it's just like, it's like a cigarette. You want to fucking smoke that fucking journal process because it feels good. And the only way we're gonna, because you're kind of on the fence of it. I know, like, it might seem like it's work at times, and you even mentioned this just now, within this session, that there might be times where you just don't do it because the mental capital. What we want to do is, I think we can maybe, let's see if we can do it, but program your mind to love it. And we're not gonna make any drastic shifts. I want you to keep. I'm going to ask more questions just so I know what to work off in the future, because I have a lot more questions. But what I want to do this week, so this is kind of our weekly assignment. We're going to do it now, but we'll continue to talk. And then every concern you have, because I know you have questions and stuff we need to go over, we'll get to that here in a minute. So here's the thing. In order for us to reprogram our mind, we either have to do repetition, which you're already doing by not overtrading, which is good. Or what we can do is get into beta brainwave state. And there's 3 times we can achieve this. We can either achieve this through meditation. And I'm not going to tell you to go meditate, so don't worry about that, because I know it's a motherfucker for some people. But another time we can get into beta brainwave state is when we're falling asleep or waking up. So what you and I are going to do right now is we're going to figure out a subliminal message, and it's going to be you talking about how much you love journaling. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the audio from this, I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to make a track for you that might be an hour, 2 hours long. And it's going to be you repeating something, and it can be whatever you want, but it's important we use your voice. And this is something I do. Hold on, there's a cat up here. So for instance, one thing I've done is I've had an audio track with my trading rules. I've also had audio tracks where I talk about how I'm a consistently profitable trader, and it repeats me saying that, like, I'm a consistently profitable trader. I'm a consistently profitable. I am happy and grateful that I am a consistently profitable trader. I am happy and grateful. And the thing is, what we do is we're going to put some sort of nature sound behind it, whether it's rain or a stream. I'll let you pick. I'll put it together for you. And your voice is going to be kind of low in it, so you can barely fucking hear it. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to come in with you're louder, so we're going to hear it clearly, and then it fades, and then maybe every 10 minutes your voice starts to pick up again, and then it fades, and it's barely audible. But what we're going to do is we're going to put together this audio track. And it's you it's you basically telling you how much you love journaling. And I need you to listen to it every fucking night when you're falling asleep. I need you to somehow loop it, something, because putting on a 24-hour track is going to be too big of a file to upload. So
No, I mean, because I can always, I have FL Studio, so I can always like duplicate anything you send me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make it because I'm gonna make sure you have this fucking thing. I'm not telling you to make it, so I'm gonna make it for you. But I need you to figure out how to loop it. Because
Yeah,
how easy is it for you to fall asleep?
50-50. I either fall right asleep or I'm restless.
Okay, so we needed to keep looping. We're gonna play this motherfucker all week long. That's all you gotta do, dude. This is like literally you don't have to do anything other than just play the motherfucker, and then continue not to overtrade. Do you think you can do that?
I've thought, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah. I've thought about looking up like hypnosis style techniques or like even like I said like sniper training exercises and stuff, but never got to it.
This works. This has worked for me. Again, because you're going into a beta brainwave state.
Which I'm going to do a lot of Googling about that tonight. I have it written down.
And also, if you want, listen to it throughout the trading session. The most important thing is we keep running that loop timer. We're never going to stop using the loop timer. We're going to probably use this.
No, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I've actually turned it down just because when the market's slower, time's slower, so I got it at 1 minute right now. But I've actually, like I said, caught myself several times checking to make sure it's on.
Why did you go from 3 to 1? I'm just curious.
Just because I'm still trying, because I started at 2, moved it up to 3 because I felt it was too much, but I moved it back to 1 just because I felt like this last week was really, really slow. But
so you just need that constant. That 1 minute, because like you think 3 minutes was too long of a span, that 1 minute is just keeping you in there.
Yep,
okay.
It's constantly keeping me in there. Yep.
Guys, Google loop timer. That's what he's using. And it's in the first episode, which hopefully you already watched. I use this tool personally myself every fucking week, and when I don't, my trading slips up. I'm not gonna lie. And it's just a good thing to continue to use. This is a tool. It's a tool. It's a literal tool that takes no effort to use, and it's something you can use it for whatever you're trying to reprogram your mind to do, or a habit or whatever, and you just attach some sort of idea to it or a goal. So this is something you're going to end up using forever, but it's simply just a tool like a hammer or a screwdriver. So we want to continue to use it. You love it. That's good. Now we need to get you to love journaling. So I want you to right now think what exactly I want you to think what do you want to say in this track? Cuz I'm going to pull the audio. So I'm happy and grateful that I journal every day and I enjoy it. I love it. What do you want to say?
How long do you want it to be?
Just give me a snippet, a sentence, or it can be one word, and then I'm gonna pull it right out of this fucking interview, and then
Okay, so you want it to be short then?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be long, and then I'm gonna put it together and copy and paste it, and then just build out a probably hour-long track, and then you're going to need to loop it for me. So what do you want? And it can't be me talking, so I am happy.
Hang on one second. Let me think, because I want it to be good. You know what I mean?
Now, don't be rambling on, saying a bunch of shit. Keep it kind of short and sweet. It doesn't need to be too long, but...
What about, like, journaling is the key to becoming a consistent trader, and I am thankful that I am consistently doing it, or something like that?
Okay, let's start that. Can you type that into the Discord for me? And maybe we can mess with it a little bit. Because... yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, the word selection.
Because I'm very superstitious.
Journaling is the key to being a consistent... Yeah, especially if, we're hypnotizing myself with it. You want to make sure it's properly worded.
Yes, perfect. Journaling is the key to being consistent.
Trader. I forgot the R.
Journaling is the key to being a consistent trader, and I'm excited to be doing it daily. Okay, let's do this. I am happy and grateful. You're tagging still too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've actually been... Because I know how you were talking about, getting to love it. And towards the end of the week, it was to the point where I'd like to say I don't love it yet, but I at least really like it, because I was getting really into it to make sure that what I'm tagging is right to the fullest, because, we really need this to be right and accurate. So when I actually get into something, I'm a perfectionist, so I just really want to make sure we have good data.
Okay. So I changed it up a bit. We can skew it a little more if we need to. So I wrote, I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every day, because I am now a 7-figure trader because of this. I want you to, when we talk, I want you to do, like, for instance, when you order something off the internet, like Amazon, like the fidget tool, even though it isn't in your possession, once you ordered it, you already felt like you had it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to say all this shit like you already got it, and now you're a 7-figure trader because of it. Because we need to be in the mindset that we've already achieved. Do you want to be a 7-figure trader? I'm just curious.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, like, the main reason I love trading, everything about it, so I'm not in it for the money, but definitely.
Or do you want to be in
the sky's the limit, as far as I like how you worded it with, like, future manifesting, my goals. I like that.
Here's something interesting, and we're gonna sidestep for just a moment. So there was a Japanese scientist who started taking water from different streams, and he would freeze them, and the crystals would have these beautiful geometric shapes. So what he started to do was use distilled water, and I believe distilled water, when frozen, is a perfect hexagon. So it's like a blank slate. So he started using music, and he could grow different structures through water by playing specific types of music. So he decided to use stuff such as love. So he would play love, love, love over and over through a speaker, and then he would get these beautiful geometric shapes. So then he started playing I hate you and I want to kill you over and over, and then the molecular structure would look chaotic. There was no geometric shape. There was none of this beauty to it. And what's interesting is if you're growing plants or any other shit, if you use positive messages, the plants seem to thrive, or they'll die if you don't, and you use negative stuff. What's interesting is he decided to do the experiment with just thinking, and they got the same results. So they would think negative thoughts, and they would get chaotic crystal structure, whereas when they use positive thinking, they would get positive structures. Now, that might seem a little out there for some people, but what is a fact is using like vibration, the vibration of saying love, love over and over, you get, so vibration definitely makes a difference. So here's the thing, your body is mostly comprised of water. So if our thinking is positive, then the water in our body might be reacting in a specific way, like the water he was using in the scientific experiment. And my belief, and some people don't believe it, that's fine, is we need to put ourselves in the position as if we've achieved it, because I've done this and it fucking has been working for me. And when we can get into the mindset that we've already achieved it, we will carry ourselves differently. And when we can carry ourselves differently, like we've already achieved it, our performance shifts. So just by doing this and thinking differently, because if you don't think you can do this and you don't think you can be a 7-figure trader, you're not. You're going to manifest every reason to have a downfall. Recently, I had somebody comment on a video saying order flow is bullshit. That's not a good way to think, because it will be bullshit.
Negative. Judging off that comment, you can probably guess that they're a negative person.
And you're not. It's going to be bullshit if you think it's bullshit. No, and again, this is a performance sport. We're not going to perform at a high level if we don't believe we can. And what we're going to do is, not only are we going to make you love journaling and tagging your trades, but we're going to make you also believe you're a 7-figure trader and you've already achieved it through this. Now, do you like this sentence structure, or would you like to make a little bit of change to it?
No, that should be good.
I'm happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged, probably tagged with an ED, right? Let's fix that. Tagged my trades every day because I am now a 7-figure trader. Oh fuck! Oh, this fucking cat's gonna fuck shit up. Hold on. Check. Okay, the mic. Can you mic check me real quick?
Check.
Okay.
1, 2.
So, he's chasing a bug. I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every day because I am now a 7-figure trader. Let's just leave it as because instead of because of this. Let's just take that off. So I'm editing it.
Yeah, that's I like that.
And there you go. I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every day because I am now a 7-figure trader. Okay. So go ahead and...
Did you want me to say it like calm, or are you going to be able to lower the volume if I... Just like this, or...
To do it how
like
you want.
Tone of voice.
We're going to do it multiple times. And I'm going to coach you.
So you have a couple to work with?
Yeah, because we need to do a few runs, and I'm going to kind of coach you through... fucking shit.
The emphasis on certain words.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and coach you through.
See, I from working in a call center in sales, and actually watching Jordan Belfort, he was on some radio show, but he was just talking about like emphasizing words for salesmen. So I kind of have an idea, but yeah, you probably have a lot of tips.
Sell it to yourself. So let me hear it. We're probably that way I have several takes.
All right.
So go ahead.
Hang on one sec.
And I need you to drop the fidget toy.
You can hear it clicking, can't you?
It's not bad by any means. Just put it down right now. Okay? So go ahead and...
I'm just visualizing me saying it.
Okay, let's do that first. Let's do that then. All right. So close your eyes. Let's just go ahead and go through this. So if you can just... we're going to do a little bit of a guided thing. So close your eyes. Okay. Deep breath. And then out. All right. Deep breath. Just you're filling yourself with positivity. Out, and just let all the negative doubts leave. We'll do one more. Good energy. All the doubts and shit gone. Relax. You're a 7-figure trader. I want you to visualize being a 7-figure trader. How does that feel? And just listen. All right? Just visualize. How does being a 7-figure trader feel to you? Don't say anything. Just in your mind. And this is for everybody else out there. What does a 7-figure trader mean to you? And it's not just the money. What does the trading look like? How much size are you pushing? Are you calm? You cut your trades? Do you not react to losses? What do you look like at the level of 7-figure trader? What does those trades look like? Visualize the chart, the order flow, the DOM. What does that look like when you're taking these trades? What kind of wins do you have? Are these $10,000 wins? Are these $20,000 wins? When you're seeing that kind of P&L, it doesn't matter because you play the game to play the game. You are a high-level performer. You perform on a very high level, and you're neither excited nor upset. You maintain composure when you take a loss. What does the loss of a 7-figure trader look like? Does it even matter? Because you are a casino, and you have edge. You currently have a statistical edge with your win percent. What does that look like when you're trading 7 figures? How did you get there? Was it from journaling? Was it from trade tagging? Was all that hard work you just did, was it worth it? Was all that hard work of journaling and tagging, was it worth it to get there? To now have a different lifestyle, the life you want, to never worry about money again, all because you journaled and tagged. And you're so happy and proud of yourself for doing this. And all that work was worth it. And at this point of a 7-figure trader, you continue to crave tagging and journaling. It is something you enjoy. You love it. Feel it. Feel the love of journaling and tagging. What does love feel like to you? Have you felt love from a pet, family member, somebody else? What does that energy of love feel like? Nobody can explain it. Now take that feeling of love and attach it to your journaling and tagging, because you're now a 7-figure trader. Congratulations. You went through a tremendous journey to get here, and the journey of getting here was worth it. Just because you have the results now doesn't mean you would be satisfied. You're satisfied because of the journey. You can look back and you can actually be proud of your accomplishments of consistently journaling and tagging. You did it. And now you're in a position where you can help other traders. This is something you want to do and you love. And you finally made it. But you still have to maintain a performance mindset. You still have to do this because you want to go further in your trading. So, if you could, I want you to feel it. I want you to really feel it. Feel good for me. Like, I want you to feel fucking good. And it's important you feel good because when we go over this sentence, it's important you put in that feeling with it. This isn't just an empty sentence.
Yeah, it's got to have meaning.
Do you feel good? You feel good?
Yeah, that.
You got it, right? Come on, let me
Yeah,
hear
that-
it.
no,
You
that
feel
was-
good. Say it. I fucking feel
I
good.
feel great.
I fucking feel good. Come on, dude.
I feel great.
You know that
Woo!
Wolf of Wall Street when they're pounding their fucking chest in the diner? You feel good, right? Come on, hit yourself in the chest. I feel good. There you go. You fucking feel good, right? Come on.
Woo!
You feel fucking good, right? You feel...
Cause I'm rich, bitch.
There you fucking go. All right, hit me with the sentence, baby. Come on. Hit me with it.
I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every single day because I am now a 7-figure trader.
Do it again.
I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every single day because I am now a 7-figure trader.
Give me another one. Really put some heart and soul in this one. You got it,
I am
baby.
happy.
Come on. Hold on.
Hang on.
You got this shit. You fucking have it. Your heart and soul. Close your eyes and just feel it. Feel the words. Ready? Hit it. Well, you got to read it, but you got. Go for it.
All right, ready?
Yes.
I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every single day because I am now a 7-figure trader.
There you go. One
that
more
the money?
time because I might have been talking, but I want you to just like, this one needs to be the best one. I know it's not 3, it's 4, but like.
I don't know, man. I'm running out of breath. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. 1, 2. I am happy and grateful that I have consistently journaled and tagged my trades every single trading day because I am now a 7-figure trader, and that's what it took.
There you go. Do you like that one? Do you like the last one? You did add a little more to it. Do you like it?
I know that it just felt.
It felt good.
Natural.
It felt right. It felt good. Okay. We got it. We got it.
Is that the money? Is that the money?
Yep. There you go. You got it.
Yeah, no. That I can see how this will work.
Okay, and it's
all about
and it can't be me. It
manifesting.
can't be me saying this shit. It's got to be you telling yourself.
No, I get it because from your voice, I picture your videos or others. It's got to be me. I totally get it. And no, this is badass. I love it.
And I told you this isn't this like, we ain't talking about like technical shit or any trading. This is a life-changing experience. And if we're not going to change our lives for the fucking better, we ain't going to do this. This trading is a spiritual journey. This is a journey to fucking really become the person we want to be, because you have to be that person in order to fucking play this game. And that's what you're going to become. You've become it. You've become it. You are there. I've done this shit for years of just telling myself 7-figure trader until I fucking believed it. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers in the world, did the same shit before he made it. He looked in that fucking mirror and he fucking told himself that he was the world's greatest, and he fucking did it. Because when you do it and you fucking believe it, you carry yourself differently. I don't give a shit if nobody believes in the magic power behind it like me. But here's the thing. You're going to carry yourself differently.
It'll at least boost your confidence.
Confidence.
Yes.
Confidence. So we got that shit. Now, let's shift. Let me ask you this. So you're taking lesser trades. Do you feel like you're missing opportunities now? Do you feel like you're over-managing your trading?
A little. I wouldn't say in a bad way, though, especially where the stage I'm at in trading, because I'm still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. But I have, what was it? Thursday, the first hour maybe, I didn't take a trade, and instantly within the first 20 minutes, I watched 2 of my setups pan out. And I didn't have any FOMO after watching them. I actually felt good watching them pan out, I mean, in 6 months to a year, this might be something bad, but I feel like I'm still new to where this is telling me I'm disciplined, that I'm not in this trade, but I'm fully watching this trade without any bias because it's not a trade. I'm not in it, or I'm watching the setup, potential setup.
So you have missed a few trades.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yes. I have held back on a few.
How many do you think you've held back on?
I would say the most was 2 or 3 on Thursday.
Are you missing
nothing.
Trades every single day?
Yeah, every day for sure. There's
like quality
setups
trades
that I don't take.
Are they quality though?
See, I still don't know what 100% A plus is, but something I'd get up off the couch and slap. Yeah, yeah, at least once per day.
Now, the trades that you do take, do you feel the trades you're taking are more of the higher quality ones when you actually execute?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because my hand's not on the mouse, and it really makes me think before it makes me reevaluate my whole thesis and everything on it. Which yeah, it might be take a little longer and gets rid of my edge a little bit, but this is just a training process.
Um,
I'm getting that muscle memory built.
okay, so we're taking good trades. We are missing some as well. Do you think maybe you could be a little more aggressive, or do you think they're just not as good, the ones that you're missing? Do you think
I
maybe
think
it's
I
a
could be a little more aggressive, that it's more of a confidence thing, that I'm afraid it might not pan out.
do you
But I feel like this is what helped me take more quality trades last week, is being more picky. So I am being a little too picky, but I don't think it's too extremely picky. But
okay?
obviously you have to find a balance.
Do you think you're being more picky because you are, in the back of your mind, you know you got to journal more trades?
It's definitely there, but I wouldn't say it's on my mind when I'm in a trade. Basically, I just know, not now it's known to me that a trader doesn't take, or at least the trader I want to be, does not take 50 trades a day. So that's really what's stopping me. It's not even necessarily the journal thing anymore, that it's a pain in the ass to journal that. It's more just this is how it's done, and I've accepted it pretty much.
Okay. Um, and I'm just asking these questions because I just want to know, like, is there, because I've already given you enough to do this week. I need you to maintain not over trading. Obviously, you know, if you take 15, 20, even 20 trades a day, it's okay. Um, I don't want to tell you to be a little more aggressive. Let's not worry about that. I think what you're doing is
Yeah.
great, so just maintain it. Um, but if you see something you know is high quality, we shouldn't be sleeping on it. But let's not worry about that too much. It's just sort of a auxiliary thing that maybe you could consider going in the week, but don't worry about it. You're doing
Yeah,
good.
looking back, I should have just set it and forget it, put my stop there and took it. But
So you took
this what
some.
I'm learning.
So you took some real boogers of a trade. So you did come out with a high win rate. What'd
See
you say the
the
win rate
beginning of the
was?
week, the beginning of the week I was chasing a little bit, so rough start to the week, and it's just I feel like that might have been part of it too. And on the side note, I used to take. On Discord, I have a private Discord. I'd flip over and there's a channel for day notes, end of day notes, and end of week notes. I paused those just for right now because I want to focus on just journaling, but I will bring that back within this month or next month, throughout my day, because I know that's important
What?
and
Wait,
it
what are you
helps.
not
But
doing? Journal. You
just
said
I'd quickly go over to a private Discord, my own Discord channel, and I had a day note, so I just jot a quick note at certain times,
oh,
and
I
then I
see,
had
I see, I
end
see,
of day notes, and then end of week notes. So
I
I would
see.
just put end of day, just say this happened, I felt like this, just real quick stuff on how I'm feeling.
And
But
if that's overbearing, we don't need to do that because I like what you're doing now.
yeah, yeah,
And I
because
need you to keep pushing what you're doing now
exactly,
until it becomes
exactly.
automated.
That's why I put it on pause. Once it
Yeah.
becomes automated, I'll go right back to it.
Okay. So you had a good win rate, but you took some boogers, and you told me that it had something to do with stops. What happened there?
I was just so focused on the entry that I wasn't paying too much attention to the stop. And then one time when it started to go against me, I haven't had it happen in a while, like long time either. But I just kind of froze, where you should cut it, but you don't, and you just let it hit
Yeah,
your
yeah.
stop. And it just so happened that my stop wasn't placed right at all, to where if your stop's in the right spot and your risk rewards right, I don't see anything wrong with letting it hit your stop if it's close enough, at least. But my stop was not close in this scenario, so I have a tag that's just poor RR. So like, if I have a stupid trade, I'll just put chased and poor RR or something.
Yeah.
But
Okay, that's okay. And the thing is, I'm not asking you to make any adjustments with stops or any of that shit on the upside. You're sitting here trying to figure it out, and if that's something you feel you need to do on your own free will and accord, then by all means do it. But I don't want to give too much input on that. Okay. I understand the freezing principle. It happens. It's happened to me. Still happens every now and then. So I fucking get it. It's just gonna happen. And the good thing is, though, you're reminiscing after each shot, and you're able to identify that's happening, and you're aware that's happening. And you know, maybe next time you're freezing, if you have that sort of feeling of that freezing, typically it's just like best to cut the motherfucker, because there's something.
See, that's what I told myself subconsciously. Because I actually it was today or yesterday I was going through trades a couple, and I seen it was one of those where it went against me, and I was just sitting there like, if I start to see this and have this feeling, I need to just cut it. So I'm gonna try and do that going into next week a little more. Try and emphasize that.
But that's the thing. That's not our goal. That is not our goal this coming week.
No, just to
goal.
make sure I have it. The main goal is just don't overtrade.
And the loop timer. The loop timer needs to stay. I need you to keep that loop timer attached to the not overtrading process.
Yeah, because without that, I will overtrade.
Okay, good.
And the fidget toys. So those two are tools to not overtrade, and so that's the main goal, correct? And then the main goal, the other goal is journaling, right?
Well, yes, exactly. I need those trades journaled and fucking tagged.
Good tags, and don't overtrade. That's all I've been focusing on. But the thing is,
your goal. Yes, it's to continue to journal and tag, but I need you to listen to this audio recording, which I'm gonna fucking get it up tonight.
Oh, really? Badass.
Well, I need you on Monday. I need you with it for Monday.
I already thought it when you first mentioned it. I already said to myself my thoughts like I'm gonna play this when I'm trading.
Do it.
Because I don't like playing music when I trade. There's too much going on. I need to hear my alerts. On your Sweet Spot 2 video, you're really talk about your senses. And I have a trader buddy who doesn't use alert sounds, not even for fills, because Sierra Chart, you have to upload your own. And I'm just mind blown by that. You know, I need my sounds. So, yeah, I'll play it while I'm trading.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I really need you to do it when you're going to sleep. Because that's when you're going to go to brainwave.
Too, when you were talking about the beta brainwave state, I can see how that's when you first wake up and go to bed. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Just listen to that shit. And if you have to do it at bed. If you don't do it at bed, that's I don't care if you abuse it. I don't care if you abuse it. It's got to be at bedtime. You can, if you want to do this motherfucker 24/7 and just do it till your brain turns into fucking mush.
But the most efficient time where it sticks is at bed.
And I want you, when you're sitting there, I want you to just kind of think about it. Think about what you're saying. Think about the powers behind your words, you know. Don't be fucking around on your phone looking at other shit. I just play it. And I need it to be set up to where it just runs through the entire night. That's where you're going to have to figure it out. I don't know how you're gonna figure out how to loop it.
I'll download a sleep timer. I'm no problem with that.
Well, no, because it's gonna be an hour-long video, but I need you to somehow take that audio file.
Yeah, I can rip it to an MP3. I'll figure it out.
And then continue to loop it somehow.
Yeah, I'll find a workaround. Because I was doing something similar right before 2 weeks for a week straight before we did the first coaching. I was in a rut, obviously, and I basically was just brainwashing myself with Mark Douglas, and I was playing it like he was in the background of all my trading days every day. I actually I fell asleep to him a few times, and just pounded into my head that losses are inevitable. And I feel really good on that aspect ever since then. It definitely changed me a little bit.
Well, and this is why it's important not to listen to bullshit before you go to sleep. And this is also why it's important not to look at the news in the morning or Facebook.
True, that makes sense. You see some bullshit on Instagram before you go to bed, and
or when you wake up, and it really is a time where
it sticks with. Yes, like when I'd wake up for work, I'd wake up an hour early and take my time, and I'd have a great day. If you wake up for work late, or even for trading, you wake up at 9:20, 10 minutes before the bell rings, you're pissed, you're rushing, you have a bad start to your day, you have a bad day.
Oh yeah. Um,
Like you said, it sets the mood for the day.
exactly. So continue not to
So if I
overtrade.
start this with the recording of myself telling myself how great I am, and from a future context, that I I
And
love
I
the
look, I'm
idea of it.
guilty of not doing it all the time, and I need to do it more.
No, but
You know.
you're doing it for sure. That's at
Well,
least,
me
I mean,
hyping, me getting you all hyped up makes me want to
it's
do it.
gonna inspire
Yeah.
inspire you, and just think what it's gonna do to the viewers, hopefully. Even if it's a small percentage, it's still, if this helps one person, that I'm happy, you know.
And what I'm gonna do for the viewers is his video where with the where he's so you guys can hear how I made it, and it's an hour long thing. It's not gonna be a public video. It will be unlisted in the description, so you guys can get an idea of what it sounds like when I finish it.
That's good.
It's important you guys make your own, which is pretty easy to do. But anyways, again, loop timer, not over trading. Loop timer is programmed to not over trading. We journal tag every trade, and now we listen to this when we go to bed. That's all we need to do this week. Any
And
extracurriculars is up to you.
one thing that came across my head through, I don't know, maybe Friday night when I was just doing journaling and a bunch of work, and it's something you said in a video, and I don't know, I just want to address it for the listeners too, and it's all this stuff that Fat Cat's talked about in this series. It it might not sound fun at all. And when I was doing it, Fat Cat said in another video, no one trading seems fun, but until you have to do trader things, then no one wants to do it. And that came through my mind when I was sitting there journaling at first. And so all this stuff might sound either off the wall or not fun, and it might sound like a lot, but this is what you need to go to the next level. If you're plateaued, that you're most likely going to stay plateaued. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts.
And also, what we also talked in the last session is you want to eventually be in the position where you can help other traders.
100%. I love just explaining, and like we were talking about, you learn from teaching. Even if you're the teacher, you're learning because you're explaining it. You have to put it in words.
So, and what's good is you're going to be practicing the things that you're going to eventually preach.
Yep.
So, do you have any other questions? We're about an hour 6. I need to put another video, like a little
Yeah, for sure. Just the main
Okay.
one was because I loved your tick drill series, and I'm still, I wouldn't say a noob with the Dom, but I I like the idea of it being a Dom exercise. I was just wondering. I just wanted to ask you first before I did them because I know it's an older video. One, are you okay with me doing that? And two, is there anything different you wanted me to go about doing them than from your older video, or what do you think?
Because it's 3 parts, and you really need to watch all 3
I
parts.
skimmed through them all. I
Okay.
through them all. One actually, like,
Am
I
I
spent like
okay with you
three
doing it?
nights ago.
The problem is you do need to be reviewing those tick drills.
Yeah,
And I don't want you to be kind of like reviewing.
straying off the path. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to you doing it, but I need you to switch to a different paper account.
See, yeah, I was thinking more like on the week, say it's a Saturday, and I have my chart
Oh yeah,
replay.
you do replays. I forget.
Yeah, so
If
I
you're
could
doing
just,
replays, I have absolutely no problem with you just practicing.
okay, and then just make sure if I do, I document it so I can study it,
Well, that's a tough
or
one because
like
I don't want you to
record
get
it.
I don't want you to get overloaded. I don't want you to get overloaded with
I
your.
mean, even just because I've done it a little bit before, like I did it a little bit before we started doing the sessions when I first seen it, and I just like the idea. It just got me more familiar with it, and only seeing the Dom and tape really, I don't, it helps you hone in on it, and you have to focus more on those numbers and the bids and the sales coming in because you don't have a chart. And
So ideally, when it comes to the tick drill, really it needs to be a month-long exercise with intense
yeah, that's
reviewing.
what you said for sure.
Um, I
I mean,
think
in a way, I'm using. I have the Dom up. That's in my. my cone of vision right in the center.
Well,
So
if
I mean,
order
I'm
is
using the Dom every day, but
if order flow is something you think will be important to your trading, you do use it a little bit, right? Now.
yeah,
Like,
I basically really this past week I was like just thinking about my workspace because I'm trying to find my edge. So I'm thinking about just what each chart does and what I use it for. And I heard someone say, I forget which whoever, but they said, if you can't explain your strategy to your mom or dad, for example, then you can't put your strategy in words. You don't have a strategy, you
I kind
know?
of disagree with that because I can
Are you
explain.
more of an intuition trader or just like
Well,
putting words
I
to
can
it?
explain it, but for me, every trade is very unique. That I think you need a shitload of case studies, and
Yeah,
my
so in
videos are
depth
so
and
long, and
yeah.
there's a lot of components going to it. Like order flow is already complex enough that I need to break down that component. I need to break down
Oh yeah, it's a whole can of worms.
yeah, and I
But
need
for
to
me,
break down the
basically, I would just
setups. I think that's
yeah.
kind of a little overblown, but you should be able to explain your edge. And I could. I could
See
sit
that's what I mean. You got to at least be able to explain something. I wait
yeah.
for this, or like to put it in like to explain it to a child. Put it in children's words. You should at least have
Well,
something. But
yeah, like for instance, like we talked about low nodes the first session and how the more
yeah,
it gets
yeah.
hit, the more abused it is, the less likely I'm gonna fucking hit it.
Exactly, like that.
So,
That's
but
like
that's
being able to
techniquing.
explain your edge to, just like that, even though if it's really light. But no, I would just, I told you I know I'm best with retail strategies like candles and stuff, but I've been getting into market profile and order flow
Yeah.
a year ago. So basically, I realized this past week and I've been putting it together and just really noticing things, trying to figure out what my edge is. I've I believe I use the candlesticks for the price action and set and potential setups, and then I look over at the footprint or the DOM for more of a confirmation or even the TPO. So I'm sticking to candles mainly, but I do use the order flow for confirmation and
Yeah, and
confirm.
I use price action like you are, but
Okay, so
I
it's like inverse.
no, I
You
well,
you
so
use
for
it the other way.
instance, because I have a 3 second auction vista and it's a price chart. Now it's not candles; it's these weird bars that Jigsaw displays, but it
Yep,
is
I've seen your
essentially
video.
yeah. So it's essentially price action. So I use
Yeah.
that in conjunction with the order flow and the tape. But for me, like all of those, the DOM, the tape, and that price action chart on the auction vista, they're all equally important, but I have so much
Okay.
screen time with it that they're not separate components anymore. I look at it as one
It's
unit.
one.
And the
Yes.
way it talks to me is interesting. That's very hard to explain because it's one thing at this point. It's not tape,
Yeah,
DOM,
it's just more
price action.
a feel you
It all
develop.
fits together at this point, and because sometimes the tape isn't really giving me what I need, whereas the price action will, and I know when one of those things needs to pick up slack and the other doesn't, and it just runs as a well-oiled machine. It's not a singular thing. It's a well-oiled machine with different components that interlock and intermesh, and we look at it as a machine. We don't look at it as individual components anymore. Now, when you're new, you got to do that because you need to study the individual component, understand it. How can I use it? How do I use it and fit it in and complement what I'm doing? So when you want to look at the order flow, how does that complement what you're doing? Now, as far as tick drills go, you can do it. If you're going to tick drill, I want you to just start off easy and just 1 to 2 hours per week.
hmm
I
When
don't
my homework's done.
because there was a point in time where I would do Monday afternoons because I did heavy tick drilling initially where I spent a month on it, and then I would do it every Monday afternoon for a long time. I don't do it anymore, but I would do it every Monday afternoon and dedicate a Monday afternoon to just doing it. Um,
Okay.
I probably should maybe do it again because when you do the tick drills, it makes you go, oh fuck, I've been disconnecting with the order flow, because the problem is when you are
Because
using,
I feel like it changes. I'm not too, like I said, I'm relatively new to the Dom, but I accidentally clicked on a Dom video from like 13 years ago or something, and like, wow, was ES thick. There were
oh
like
yeah,
thousands on each, and even if I was watching some of your older videos, and
it
it's
was
like
different.
half as thin now,
Oh yeah.
from than 2 years ago. So,
And well, what's good about doing the tick drill? Yeah, you can do it every week, and I definitely recommend that for most people because it's a tool you're not used to using, and you're gonna use it. You're gonna overuse it. You're gonna abuse it, and then you're gonna
hmm
underutilize it, and you'll be
to
hitting.
where, yeah, you just start
So
just
you're gonna
hitting
be
buttons, and you
and
don't
you're gonna
even
be
know
all
what
over
you're
the
doing.
spectrum. It's a bell curve. You're gonna be all over
Every
the spectrum with it. And so you're gonna overuse it, and then you start ignoring your normal trading. You're gonna ignore your candles because you're overutilizing it, and then you start underutilizing it. And when you do a tick drill, you're like, oh fuck, I'm underutilizing it. So you start using it again, and then
Yeah,
you
you don't want to create
and then you
bad
keep
habits.
you keep doing this exercise. It's like a baseball player going into the batting cage. You keep doing the exercise once a week, and then eventually you reading order flow starts to just mesh with
Yeah,
what you're
you
doing.
get
And it's very important
paralysis.
that we're complementing what we're doing, and we need to mesh it in. We don't, and the problem is,
Keep it set. You don't want to keep it separate.
well, you
Yeah.
can't you can't you can't use a new tool and expect to perform with it. You got to understand the tool, when to use it, when not to use it, and it just takes time. And then once it's integrated into your candles, then it becomes, at some point it will become one unit, and then it
Yeah.
takes less processing power in your brain, less focus, and now you
hmm
can read it all as one thing, because it's so, order flow is so overwhelming that it does take a lot of mental capital, like mental processing power, to use it.
Yeah, like you were saying in one of your
But over
videos,
time it
that
gets
reading
easier,
the
and
DOM's
yep.
so straining.
So over time it gets easier and easier and easier, and then we start meshing it into our normal trading, and then over time it becomes one unit, and the mental processing power is not as intense, and then we can
hmm
take that less intense, now we freed up our mental processing power, and then we
I
move
see.
into something else, because there's like one thing I want to do is start scaling up size on A plus trades to get to the next level, but that requires a lot of mental focus. There's no way I could do that if I wasn't where I was now, where I have already made it to where a lot of things are automated and it's meshed up. So,
Yeah.
um,
Like I've had a couple friends say, oh, like the other day, hey, I have a guest bedroom, come stay the night, because I said I had to, trade and whatnot, and they're like, bring your laptop, and I was like, yeah, maybe in 2 years when it's mechanical and I don't need to be in my workstation, but
yeah, and this is why it takes years to get good at this, is because you have to mesh a lot of complex data, and you need to be able to chunk it.
exactly,
It's just
if I'm at a friend's house, just knowing I'm at a friend's house, like laptop or not, from desktop, just my mind would be another to where it's not, like I said, it's not mechanical, to where I can do it without having to put much thought into it.
all right, man. Well, anything else? Because I do need to get you an audio
Yeah,
set
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
No, we can. I know it's so easy to get sidetracked. Just one quick question.
Yeah.
We said you pointed out that I seem to do better when there's volatility, and I've noticed that I get chopped up whenever I'm in when it prices in high volume nodes, and I fail to recognize that because it's most likely ranging,
Yeah.
and I'm just keep thinking there's gonna be a breakout. So I thought maybe should I keep an eye out for low volume notes and maybe hold off in the high volume areas, because that would be where the volatility or moves would be, or what do you think?
it, to me it seems like that seems like a right fit for you. I don't want to
Yeah.
give you any advice on it
Yeah, no,
because
because I did have a strategy. I mean, I highlight low volume nodes all the time, and at one point it was a strategy, but I didn't. I only tested it for like, I
if
only
you
did it for
think
like a
if you
week.
think that keeps you from taking shitty trades, then do it.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
That's
All right.
something we can start to really pound out at a later date and time. But if you
Yeah,
feel
once we
right
have the
now,
data and
But it's important that we kind of keep on track with what we're doing now as well. But I know you're still kind of finessing trades while you're doing what you need to do now. And if you feel that's if it's not a drastic finesse and you feel that's what you need to do to slightly
by finesse, you mean kind of like for like trying to find a setup for it? Is that what you mean?
If what I'm trying to say is if you feel that there's a certain type of condition that's fucking you up, and you feel that we don't, you just feel it doesn't work. Obviously, our tags should let us know, unless we're not tracking it. That's fine. But if you feel at your core that you are constantly getting fucked up in those areas, go ahead and just step out of them. Because you know what? There might be a day where you don't even take a trade, and that's okay. Now, the thing is, we don't want to get to the point where we're under-managing. We do need to learn controlled aggression, but we don't want to bite off more than we can chew right now.
Yeah. See, I have been tagging just so I know, like if before when I see it, I'm using it as part of my setup. If I look and say, okay, we're entering a low volume node, I do have that for tags entering low volume node or entering high volume node, but I just haven't been using them too much last week.
And when we get to the end of the month, we'll really
go through it. But I was just wondering, because I've noticed that, it's very volatile, and once it does get through the low volume node, it moves fast, and those are the kind of moves, I like.
Honestly,
so.
I also can't
Yeah, it's
really
very
tell
subjective.
It's
very
intuition.
subjective.
If you have at some point you're going to have good intuition. New traders
that
usually
gut
don't.
feeling.
But if you feel deep at your core that's just something I need to not do, don't do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, or we're good to go?
No, that's perfect. I'm, as far as where I'm standing, I feel like I'm, standing in really good position. And 2 months ago, if you would have asked me if I'd be this far, I'd be really surprised. I think I've come a long ways already, so I'm really stoked to see what the future holds. So, and I'm definitely excited to see what that the audio comes out like that you're gonna bounce.
Okay,
the video.
No problem. All right, man. Well, I'll get back to you later tonight with the file.
Yeah, we'll be in touch for sure.
All right. See you, man.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, later.
Peace.